Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Roll for Improvement, the D&D podcast that explores the core of the game, encounters, mechanics, and everything in between. Each episode, we put new ideas to the test, experiment with fresh mechanics, and showcase encounters submitted by you, our community, eventually. Not quite yet. We'll get you, though. We're going to get you. Well, whether you're seeking inspiration, advice, or just ready to roll some dice, you've come to the right place. Let's roll for some improvement. I'm Nick.
Hey, I'm Justin.
And today we're going to be going over some of the 2024 rules. Justin, what's your impression of 2024 D&D so far?
2024 D&D is a good improvement on 5e. They've got everybody feeling pretty powerful out the gate, so you're not wasting time just swinging swords.
It's been fun so far.
It has been fun. I'm enjoying it so far. The changes are great. Can't wait to see the 5.5 edition monsters.
Our main thing that we're focusing on is, this is our subclass series. We're going to be going through all the different 48 subclasses of the game over the next couple of episodes. But for now, Justin, are you ready to dive into the story?
You know I am.
All right. While sitting in the dining hall at Rentahero, you sit and eat fresh meat from the Hunter's Guild, locally sourced for free-range eggs, and sip on craft beer from a nearby town of Hysteria, when a cry cuts through the room. Oh, the children! Please, somebody help the children!
I can help the children after I finish my drink.
Oh, Gore, this doesn't sound very good.
The voice belongs to a young female gnome with blonde curly hair and droopy ears. I'm a teacher. The children and I were going on a field trip when we were ambushed. Horrible little goblins, too many to count, killed our guards and take the children towards the Cloakwood forest. Please, you must help them. She bursts into a fit of tears.
Ma'am, could you please settle yourself down?
Ooh, I love the Cloakwood forest. I'd be happy to help. Very quickly, the four adventurers gathered, and within the hour they were riding towards the Cloakwood forest at full speed.
Listen here, gang. The Cloakwoods are littered with monsters. You must be on your guard.
Ooh, but there are so many rare plants and fungi. This is sure to be exciting. You ride your horse at full speed for hours, blazing along the road. You can feel the chaff of the harness on your thighs, and the entirety of your lower body begins to ache. Everybody give me a Constitution saving throw.
I got a 15 and an 18.
Okay, that is both a pass. I got a nat 7 on my Barbarian,
Ooh.
But he gets a +5 to his Constitution, so
Whoa.
he's all right. Unfortunately, my Druid, Chris Pine, she has a +3 to her Constitution, and she only has she only rolled a nat 3, so she's gonna fail. Oh, riding the horses makes my legs so tired. She is going to be suffering from a level of exhaustion for the rest of the encounter.
No, not exhaustion.
I know, so riding the horse was just a little bit too much for her.
Real quick, can you explain what exhaustion does for those who don't get into the nitty-gritty?
Yeah, of course. So, suffering a level of exhaustion, every level that you get -2 to all of your D20 tests, and you get -5 movement speed per level. So, it kind of sucks.
No, it really sucks. It is brutal.
Yeah, no, exhaustion is not good. And so, you can suffer up to, I believe, 6 levels of exhaustion, and if you suffer that 6th level of exhaustion, you just fall over dead. So, exhaustion is something that they've expanded upon in the 2024 rules, and something that we're trying to play test out as well today. So, it takes you guys about a half a day's travel to get to the outer rim of the Cloakwood forest, and you guys ride super hard. Everyone, except for the Druid, which seems weird, but she got super tired by it. I don't like riding the big beasts. I prefer to pet them on the nose.
This dame's losing her marbles.
When you guys arrive, a thick wall of towering trees and trunks and deep green foliage surround the forest. The branches weave in such a way that the light from the early evening sun doesn't really penetrate through, and it leaves the inner forest in kind of this like dark gloom. Ooh, I can hear the trees. They're whispering.
It just feels good to be on the ground again.
Gore. All right, so how are we going to do this today?
I always say if you want to find trouble, just follow the smoke.
All right, there's a couple different ways that we can tackle this. We can either make a survival check, a nature check, or we could try to climb a tree, making an athletics or acrobatics check.
Ooh, I like the options.
Yep, so survival, you're trying to track the goblins, trying to find some goblin tracks. Nature, you are using your knowledge of the forest to kind of be able to know where goblins would hide out and be encamped out in. And climbing up a tree is just climbing up a tree.
Listen here, sweetheart, I already got a plan. I'm going to climb this tree, I'm going to spot the goblins.
All right, well, if you want to hit up the tree, I think that's a good option for us.
Also, Dr. Stephen Smith, thanks to his origin, has access to cleric cantrips and will cast guidance.
Oh, nice.
Giving me a 1d4 bonus to this roll.
Oh, heck yeah, let's go. That's awesome.
For a total of 16.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So you are able to climb up the tree.
Yeah.
And you get a great vantage point, and you see the surrounding forest. As you're up in the tree, you get up to the top, and once you, pop up past that top layer of foliage, the leaves crunch out from around you, you're able to spot an opening in the trees that looks to be like a quarter mile into the forest, and it looks like it would be a perfect spot for a goblin hideout. It looks like there would be some sort of cave there, and it screams goblin. You can kind of see that there are artificial structures around there. So you climb your way down safely, and you're pleased to tell everybody that you think you have a good lead.
Felt good to be wrestling up a tree again. Haven't been up one of those since before I could drink scotch.
Gore, last time I climbed a tree, it was for violence.
Okay, so you guys head towards the spot that you believe the goblins to be, and as you guys wander through the forest, the earth is rich and dark, and the grass under you crunches as there are some dry leaves as you guys try to sneak through the forest, but it's hard not to make those kind of foresty, crunchy noises. There's a light layer of fog that's drifting up through this dark, gloomy forest, but it's kind of spooky, but in that way that's also really, really cool and aesthetic. You guys finally approach the outside of the cave, and you see that there are goblins. Unmistakable sign of goblins, little green dudes, pointed ears, mean to pieces, just look super, super unfriendly. And the cave is fortified, and it has an ascending mouth that as soon as you go into the mouth of the cave, it slopes upwards, and it kind of disappears from there in darkness. And on the above side of the cave are two cutout circles. It kind of makes the cave opening look like a skull's mouth.
And not the first time I've been in a skull's mouth, if you know what I mean.
Ooh, the goblins really put a damper on all the beauty of it all. As you guys approach, you all of a sudden hear the unmistakable sound of children screaming. Oh, quiet! The dogs don't like a chatty meal! And that's going to be the story.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I think it's time for us to go to the combat. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Raid Shadow Legend. No.
Raid Shadow Legends. That's a free one. That's a free one for you guys. Hey, have you guys heard about this Chime banking account?
Here at Allstate, your family. No.
Recording this podcast has been fun, especially since I'm wearing MeUndies.
Buy MeUndies now, half price, when you use promo code.
All right, do you want to set up the stage for our encounter?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got an interesting one here today. So we, like he said, are walking up an elevated slope. And at the end of the cave, we've got a series of goblins who are pushing boulders down two different lanes. The lanes are sloped just enough so you're going to have a boulder on the right or you're going to have one on the left. So we've got to dip, dive, duck, and dodge.
You gotta dip, duck, dive, and dodge.
The cave is 30 feet wide, and the path we have to run is about 130 feet. At the end of the hallway, we can see a pen of wolves and a cage of children slowly being lowered in. They appear to be about 20 feet above the wolves right now and moving downwards at a rate of about 5 feet per turn. So we're going to have a hard cap of 4 turns to save these children before they're wolf food. Okay, yeah, I think that just about wraps up the battle description. This is where we get a turn to cast one preparation spell, and of course my wizard has had his familiar summoned this whole time. He's got an owl named... what should this owl be named?
Bartok.
He's the owl of Dr. Stephen Smith. Maybe we can make an Avengers joke here.
His name's Agamotto.
Yeah, there it is. He has an owl familiar, and its name is Agamotto.
Aggie for short.
Aggie for short. Okay, why don't you tell us what preparation action you're going to take?
I'm going to cast Bark Skin on my druid.
Ooh, good spell.
It's a non-concentration spell that just sets your AC to 17 for an hour.
Whoa, that's insane.
That's pretty sweet. I'm a huge fan of that. So she's going to cast that on herself, and she's going to be like, ooh, I'm going to have the armor of the florist. And then I think Gore is just going to probably enter rage. Yeah, I think he's going to just enter rage.
Yeah.
Yeah, rage rules. It's always been good, and it's just as good as ever. And is your Arcane Trickster doing anything to prepare?
I'm glad you asked. Yeah, the rogue, Finnegan Quickstep, is going to take an action. He can cast, because of his subclass, Mage Hand, and the Mage Hand is going to grab a vial of acid out of my backpack and carry it around. It can carry up to 10 pounds, and a vial of acid only weighs 1 pound.
Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome.
And I'm also going to make it invisible.
Ooh.
And then my wizard's not going to cast anything. He doesn't really have any buff spells. So with that, yeah, I think it's time to roll initiative.
Let's roll initiative.
Let's do it.
Wow. Oh, nice. All right, that's much better than my last initiative rolls.
All right, let me roll the initiative for the monsters. Oh my god, that's 2 nat 20s. No, not good.
Hachi. Yeah, that's 2 20s, a 16, and a 11. Natural. That's nuts.
There is no way we're going before these goblins. Okay, so that's going to make the final initiative order Goblin Archers, then Goblin Warriors, the Rogue, the Goblin Boss, the Druid followed by the Barbarian, the Rat Swarms, the Wizard, and then his pet owl.
Man, goblins are fast.
Goblins are real fast.
Or us as DMs just roll higher than we do as players.
Seems to be the case.
It's one of the two.
Okay, so I think we are set. I think we're good to go. We can start.
Hell yeah. All right. Archers are going to go first.
Top of the round, Archers. And it's pretty obvious what they're going to do. They're going to shoot at the closest people to them.
Mind you, these archers are like 100 feet away from us along this like very, very long cave corridor.
The 2 closest goblin archers are 95 feet away, so they are going to step in their full movement before taking shots. Otherwise, they would be striking with disadvantage.
Okay.
So the ones who are the furthest back, 130 feet back and elevated up high, are going to take the disadvantage to shoot. They don't want to give away their position. They're more guard archers.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 4 arrow attacks, 2 coming down the right lane, 2 coming down the left lane, 2 at the Barbarian, 2 at the Druid, the furthest up.
Gore, give me the best you can.
Oh, man, he just became a pirate. That's not what I wanted.
Gore,
Flapjack Salesman is back.
Gore, I'm not a pirate.
Okay, why don't you roll me 2d20 for the Barbarian, and I'll roll the 2d20s going at the Druid. And they get a +4 to each attack.
I rolled a 3 and 11. That's going to be a 7 and a 15, and that's going at my Barbarian.
That's going at the Barbarian.
Will my Barbarian wield a shield? Neither of those hit. I have an AC of 16.
Yo, easy.
Yeah, no, I built Tank Barbarian, so he is at a 16 AC. He is good.
That's great. That's really high for a Barbarian.
Oh, he also has 41 health.
Oh my god, that's more health than I've ever seen on a character.
Yeah, no, it's great.
For a level 3 character, that's insane.
I know, he's not even a dwarf.
Oh wow, so it could be even higher.
Yep.
Okay, well, unfortunately, I rolled a natural 18 coming at your Druid for a total of 22 and a 13. The 22 does land, so that's 1d6 plus 2 coming at the Druid. Ooh, unfortunately, it was a 6, so that's 8 damage.
Ooh, you shot me right in me sensitive bits.
The arrow lands between the cracks of her bark skin. Oh.
Ooh, that arrow landed right in me crack.
Nice. Okay, so that takes us on to the Warriors.
Warriors are pretty far back. They're probably, I'm not sure exactly how far away they are, but looking at this map, probably at least 60 feet, and I can't imagine that the movement speed of the goblins is going to allow them to move up to us and attack.
Okay, so the Warriors don't have ranged weapons on them, so they're just going to push up, and they're holding an inverted V formation for us to funnel into their boss. They are pretty well fortified right now.
It's not an inverted V if you have your head upside down.
Just another broad with her head in the clouds. Good thing she can take a wallop. Okay, that'll take us on to the Rogue.
All right, so what is the Rogue going to do on his turn?
The Rogue is 60 feet away from the Goblin Boss right now. And what happens to be a range of 60 feet? Witch Bolt.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Witch Bolt, dude.
Being both a rogue and an arcane trickster, I'm going to use as a bonus action, steady aim. If you don't move, you give yourself advantage on your next attack roll. So Witch Bolt coming at you with advantage.
Let's go. Do.
That's a 19 versus his 17 AC. That hits for sure.
Oh, nice, dude.
And it gets even better. What species does this rogue happen to be? a hill giant Goliath.
What does a hill giant do?
When you hit a large or smaller creature with an attack roll and deal damage to it, you can give it the prone condition. Da-da-da-doom! That goblin boss has been knocked prone.
That's nuts.
It's nuts.
Wait, they don't have to roll for anything?
No, when you hit with an attack roll and deal damage to it. And I'm dealing right now 2d12 damage.
Oh my gosh.
Boom! 15 damage, and he's knocked prone.
Oh, you think you're gonna hit me? Oh, I'm on the ground.
Sorry, kid, but it looks like your boat's sinking now.
Flippity chippits, I'm on the ground. I'm the boss. Pick me up.
Unfortunately, right after the rogue comes the goblin boss who was just knocked prone. So he's going to spend half his move action to stand up, and then the other half to move into his goblin warriors. They're holding the formation, and he is just out of range to toss a javelin without disadvantage. So I think he's going to hold on to his javelin.
God blimey. Oh, you knocked me down. I get by my boys.
But he will hold his attack action should an enemy come adjacent to him.
Yeah, we got you, boss. Yeah, we're going to make sure nobody hits you.
I will swing when I'm ready.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have to swing nothing if you don't want to, boss.
That takes us on to the Druid and the Barbarian, back to back.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. Well, so I'm looking at the position of everybody here, and it's looking kind of juicy.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's clumped.
Ooh, everybody's so clumped together.
Yeah, just hit him with a fireball so I can go take a slimy clump.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet. And then I will use my bonus action and use my wild shape to use the Wrath of the Sea, because I am playing a Circle of Sea Druid. So, as a bonus action, you can expend a use of your wild shape to manifest a 5-foot animation that surrounds you for 10 minutes, ending early if you dismiss it.
Huge.
When I use this action, a target, which I'm going to pick the rat swarm that I just ran by, must make a Constitution saving throw against my spell DC save or take cold damage and be pushed away from me.
Hell yeah.
So I need the rat swarm to make a Constitution saving throw real quick.
Okay, well, the rat swarm has a -1 to its Constitution, so this should be easy.
That's what I love to hear.
An 8 after all is said and done.
Okay, cool. So I get to do a d6 for each of my wisdom modifier, which I have a 3, so I get to do 3d6 damage to this rat swarm. Holy shit. That's going to be 2 6s and a 1. That's going to be 13 damage to this rat swarm.
Oh, yeah.
Ocean spray swirls around me, and I'm like Storm from X-Men as like the salty sea spray burst out for me, and I'm like, be gone with you frickin' rat.
Dude, are you just drowning rats over there?
Listen, I love all of the world's creatures, except for dirty, filthy rats.
God damn, that's the first sign of a psychopath.
And I'm going to also knock him 15 feet away from me.
Oh!
5, 10, 15. I'll knock him over here. And then I will continue my movement. So I rush past the rat swarm. I burst out with chaotic, salty sea storm energy. And then I run up to the goblin boss next to his 2 warriors. And then I will cast Thunderwave.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a Constitution saving throw for all 3 of them.
Okay, Constitution. 3 Constitution saves coming at you. Oh, that is not looking pretty. The highest one rolled was a 12.
None of them succeed.
Oh!
So, once again, I run up to this rat swarm. I burst with salty sea storm spray, and then all of a sudden, thunder crackles out from me as I deal 10 damage to the goblin boss and the 2 warriors.
You just put a toaster in his bathtub. He's done. He's toast. He's dead.
Put a toaster in his bathtub. Yeah. Ooh, I just put the toaster in his bathtub.
Nice. It's even better coming from her.
Gore chooses violence.
Very nice. All right. Druid frickin' rules. All right, I'm having fun.
Druid rules.
All right, who is up next?
Barbarian.
Okay, so Barbarian, seeing that the Druid is charged up, is going to go gore, and he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet. And so I am going to end my Barbarian's turn on the rat swarm. He's just going to step on all these rats, gore, and he is going to make a reckless attack on one of these goblins right here. And he's going to take out his battle axe, and he's going to swing with advantage, and that's going to be a 14 to hit.
Ooh. Goblin warriors have an AC of 15.
Okay, 14 does not hit then. That stinks, because I was going to make a topple attack against him because I have battle mastery with my battle axe. But what I am going to do is when I activate my rage, since I am the Path of the World Tree Barbarian, I get 3 temporary HP, and at the start of each of your turns while your rage is active, you can choose another creature within 10 feet of you to gain 2d6 temp HP. So actually, I can't choose the Druid, which I was going to choose. So I was within 10 feet of the Rogue, so the Rogue is going to get 2d6 temp HP from my Tree of Vitality.
That's huge.
So take 7 temp HP.
Thank you. Thanks for the boost. I feel like I've had a seltzer.
All right, cool. So that's going to be the Barbarian's turn.
Okay, so then after the Barbarian will go the rat swarms.
Squeak, squeak, squeak,
The rat swarms are looking to get on top of any creature they're closest to. And the neat thing about them is that if they are under half health, they only do half damage. So one of them runs up and on top of the wizard, one runs up on top of the druid, one runs up on top of the barbarian, and there's one rat swarm remaining who's gonna 50-50 choose between the druid or the barbarian. You want to roll me an evens or odds?
Yep, evens, and odds is going to be the druid.
Odds. So we've got 2 on top of the druid.
Ooh, these rats are so filthy.
That's going to be 4 rat attacks at a +2.
Ooh, okay. So the Barbarian unfortunately suffers advantage on all of his attacks because he took a reckless attack last turn.
No.
Yep, and so he is going to get a nat 12. What's their plus modifier?
2.
Okay, so that's 14. That's not going to hit. The rats that are on top of the druid rolled a 15 and 14, neither of which hit.
Oh!
Ooh, they're trying to get in the crack. Ooh, they're trying to touch my hiney.
Hey, you old lady, look out. You got a bunch of rats trying to bite your ass.
Grr. And then the wizard, unfortunately, is going to be suffering from an attack because he got a dirty 20.
Oh! Yep, pretty sure that's a hit.
Dirty 20.
Well, lucky for him, though, his rat swarm is under half health, so he's only going to take 1d6 damage.
Okay, you take 1 damage.
Oh, easy peasy.
Ooh, maybe I should cast a healing spell on our wizard. He seems like his frail body is already being broken.
You think that hurt? I've been with women who bite way harder.
Gore, me too.
All right, so after the rats goes the wizard himself. And I had a different turn planned out for him. I was going to use Witch Bolt on the goblin boss, but he's already dead.
Yeah, I mean, just 1 hit of the Witch Bolt. I mean, that goblin boss had like 25 hit points, and with 2 spells knocked him out.
Witch Bolt is really strong right now.
Oh, for sure.
It feels one of the most improved spells. Okay, so at the start of the wizard's turn, the wizard is going to cast a 2nd level spell, Scorching Ray.
Ooh.
He can choose up to 3 different targets, making a ranged spell attack, doing 2d6 fire damage on a hit. Since this rat swarm's not that threatening, the wizard is just gonna walk forward and shoot some scorching rays at these goblins.
You trying to shoot us with some fire?
I'm gonna target both of the goblin archers nearest us and one of the goblin warriors.
Joke's on you. I was born in the fire.
That is a miss on the goblin warrior, but both hits on the goblin archers.
Oh, hell yeah.
Both of them rolled over 20. Those are big hits.
These flaming missiles launch down the tunnel.
Fire glowing in his eyes. This fire giant slinging 2d6 at 2 different goblins. One, a 7. He burns up instantly. The other, a 3, which is not enough to kill him. So what does a fire giant do?
He lets his inner fire rage.
An extra 1d10 damage for giant's burn.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
That's 10 extra damage. An inferno surges. And he
Dude,
burns in a crisp.
Giants rule.
Giants rule. Giants rule big.
That was awesome.
All of the giant subclasses feel very strong in their own right, and it honestly feels like there's no point in picking any other species than giant.
They just feel so good.
They feel outrageously strong. And as a move action, he's going to move out of range of this rat swarm, eating an opportunity attack, and just pushing up closer to the battle.
That's going to be a 16 to hit.
16 definitely hits, 1d6 damage.
It's going to be 2 damage.
Easy peasy. These rats nibbling on the heels of this wizard, but he's making his escape. So after the wizard comes the owl. On the owl's turn, the owl is going to do a flyby off to the left-hand side next to the goblin warrior adjacent to the barbarian, and he's going to perform the help action, allowing for an advantage strike from the barbarian on his next turn, and then he's going to use the remainder of his movement to fly away. Okay, and that's going to be the end of the owl's turn, which puts us at the end of the round. So it's time for boulders to start a roll-in.
Oh, yeah.
2 little goblins work their way over to the right-hand side and start pushing a boulder off a ledge, and it rolls down the center of the right-hand side.
Eat boulder, you dumb idiot!
Everyone may make a perception roll as a reaction to see if they can switch over to the correct side in time.
Oh, yeah.
All right. The wizard is going to be eating an
To
attack
the left
this
side.
round.
And take the rat swarm with me.
The wizard making a dexterity save. 12. That beats the 10 DC. So we'll take half damage on this 1d12 dice roll. Woo! All right, 5 damage. The boulder's far enough away that the wizard had time to dodge, but it's so big that it still clips him. Ooh, and he's got a good bruise now.
Gore!
Ah, goddamn!
Gore saw a little man get hit by boulder.
And it hurt!
Eat rock, you dumb dick!
Man, those goblins are mean.
You dumb stupid idiot!
The last thing to happen at the end of the round is the children move 5 feet closer to the wolves. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh no, somebody help us! We're gonna get eaten!
Okay, that's going to take us back up to the top of the turn order. The 2 remaining archers that are still 100 feet back and elevated up a platform, I think they are just going to take a shot each, one at the druid, one at the barbarian, who are standing right next to each other.
Bring it.
They're shooting with disadvantage because they're so far away. You roll 2d20 for the barbarian, I'll do 2 for the druid. An 11 coming at the druid. No way that beats Sparkskin. The arrow goes whoof right over the shoulder.
Ooh, they keep aiming right at me, crack. So, since my barbarian gives advantage for all attacks against him, because I used a reckless attack last turn, this attack is going to have canceled out disadvantage, so it's just going to be neutral. So, with the one roll, that's going to be a nat 7, and he has a AC of 16, and I don't think that they're going to get a +9.
These goblins are so frightened by seeing their boss one-shot that they can't hit nothing.
Dude, my tank is like, he is not eating a lick of damage.
He's a health tank who's staying healthy.
Yeah, no, he's doing good.
That pushes it on to the warrior's turn. One warrior's already adjacent to the barbarian. The other warrior is going to work his way over to the druid.
We're going to bash you after you bashed your boss. You bashed the boss, and now we're going to bash you.
Hey, look out. There's somebody with a mace right behind you.
Gore!
All right, so you guys have got... Ooh, that's a 6 coming at the barbarian and a 22 coming at the druid. Oh, I rolled a 1. You've only got 3 damage coming at the druid. That's not
3 damage at the druid? Not bad. Ooh, you stabbed me a little bit, but I kind of liked it.
Careful now, that's a slippery slope.
I'm kind of into that kinky shit. So, I think this is a good time. Gore, he is a storm giant, so he is going to use his reaction, and he is going to use... Storm's Thunder. When you take damage from a creature within 60 feet, you can take a reaction to deal 1d8 thunder damage to that creature.
Oh my god, is that Thor?
It's not Thor.
It's
Gore!
And so I'm going to do 5 damage to that goblin warrior.
Wow, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. All right, so that is going to be the warrior's turn. I believe that goes on to the rogue.
Okay, I think we're going to continue to utilize the Arcane Trickster part of this rogue and cast a magic missile. guaranteed damage on this goblin warrior with 2 health.
Oh, hell yeah.
The magic missile bolts do 1d4 plus 1 damage. That'll be guaranteed 2 damage to this goblin with 2 health. So we'll send 1 his way, and then we'll send 2 the way of the other goblin warrior.
Hell yeah.
Oh, wow! I rolled 4, 4, 4! I cannot believe it. That was in roll 20. That is before both of our very eyes.
I do see it.
3 4s. Wow.
He's not. You don't call him a liar.
Don't you dare call me a liar.
Don't call him a liar.
I rolled those 4s. Don't you dare call me a liar.
He rolled them 4s.
I rolled those 4s. All right. That's 2 dead goblin warriors.
You think you can kill us? Oh, shit, I guess you can.
Well, that was easier than trying to please my bitch ex-wife. And then the rogue is going to bonus action dash and move 60 feet forward. He's now only 90 feet away from this wolf pen. He's getting close.
Very nice.
And that'll be the end of the rogue's turn.
All right. Next up, that's going to be the goblin boss's turn, but the goblin boss died.
R.I.P.
Ooh, I'm freaking dead.
I feel like I hear a ghost.
I'm in goblin heaven, which is a lot like hell. And then we are going to go on to the druid's turn, but the druid is going to just ready her action because she wants to get that temp HP from the barbarian.
Oh, so smart.
And so she's going to ready a full turn, but for dramatic effect, I'm going to hold off on what she's going to do, and I'm just going to take the barbarian turns first because he goes next in the turn order. So what the barbarian is going to do, since it is the start of his turn again, I think he's going to first start by giving temp HP to someone within 10 feet of him. So since the druid is still within 10 feet of him, he is going to give 2d6 temp HP to the druid. And that's going to be 8 temp HP from him being in his rage. Yeah, no, I like this subclass.
That's strong.
It's super cool so far. And so then I think he's just going to run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70 by taking a dash. So he is just going to full-on dash all the way up. He'll take an opportunity attack from the rat swarm, but the rat swarm rolled a nat 5.
Oh, easy.
This barbarian, who has 41 HP and 3 temp HP, has taken no damage.
He can't be stopped.
He can't be stopped. Okay, so next it's going to be the druid's turn. And the druid, she is a cloud giant. So she is going to teleport 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet away using her, I want to use the actual names of things if I possibly can. It's called a cloud's jaunt.
The cloud's jaunt.
Yep. So she uses her cloud's jaunt as a bonus action. You can magically teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see.
Ridiculously strong.
Which she did. And then she's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 feet. I am going to throw an ice knife out at these goblin archers. And I am going to roll a attack roll against them. That's going to be an 11 plus 5.
That hits.
Okay. So that is going to be a 16 on this goblin archer. And I get to roll 1d10 damage. That's going to be a 1. Unfortunately, but now both the archers have to make dex saving throws.
Woo! We're looking at one that definitely fails and one that probably succeeds.
That one definitely succeeds because he got a nat 16, but the one got a nat 3, so that's going to be a fail. So the one on the left takes 9 cold damage, killing him outright. And then the one on the right is going to take half of that, which is going to be 4 damage because it's rounded down.
You both just got hit by Mr. Freeze.
Ooh, take my ice, you frickin' archers. You keep going after me, bum.
Okay, that'll be the rat swarm's turn. 3 of them still alive, and unfortunately, they're all closest to the wizard. I think he's about to get ganged up on by 4 rat swarms.
Ooh, sorry, we kind of forgot about you, buddy. We're trying to save the children.
You bastards!
Goer is sorry.
Okay, 4 rat attacks coming my way. Oh! The only one to hit, a 5, a 3, a 2, and a 17. The 17, the only one to hit, the one with half health, who's only going to roll 1d6 damage. 2 damage. I cannot believe we just walked out of 4 rat attacks with only 2 damage on a wizard. Wow. Okay, so this wizard at 7 out of 17 health, still not looking good, but somehow not dead.
These bastards bite worse than my bitch axe.
Gord thinks diplomacy works best when you're smashing.
Well, after that incredibly lucky turn, it is the wizard who... I think the only logical thing here to do is take a disengage action and start walking the hell away.
Gord supports this.
He's going to spend his whole action disengaging and sprinting down the hallway.
You wait for me, you bastards.
Ooh, you can try to catch me. I'm trying to save the children.
Yes, please help us. You be quiet, you. You're about to be fed to the dogs. Woof, 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 woof.
That's my dog impression.
As a bonus action, the wizard is going to use, from his acolyte origin, he's going to use Healing Word as a bonus action to heal himself. 2d4 plus 3. That's 7 health returned, and all of a sudden, just like that, he's close to full health. He's looking good. He's looking strong.
I love these origin feats, being able to get, like, access to spells.
The origin feats are incredible. Being able to put a healing spell on a wizard.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, so strong.
Yeah, I built a very interesting monk that we'll see in maybe next session.
Ooh. Well, now they have to tune in for next episode.
If you don't, we'll get you.
Fucking hate you.
We won't hate you. We'll still love you. Which is what we are contractually obligated to say.
We're contractually obligated.
We all know. We know. Okay, so that is going to take us on to the owl's turn.
Okay, this owl doesn't have much to do other than land in front of the rat swarm to sacrifice itself, of course.
Hootie! No!
Go, Gadget, Agamotto, self-sacrifice.
Hoot! The owl's going to land, and it's going to turn its head all the way around, as owls do, and it's going to look the wizard dead in its eyes, and it's going to give it a look of confusion, and then all of a sudden that confused look turns to hatred.
No! It gives him the look.
I got this. You go on. I got this one.
Oh, that's perfect. The owl pulls out a cigarette.
And a pair of aviators.
Yes. It pulls out a cigarette in one hand and a vape in the other.
I got this one, bruv.
Perfect.
Okay, and that's going to be the end of the round. So the children move one step closer to the wolves, the cage hanging only 5 feet above the wolves. They're snapping at the bottom of the cage. The kids are pulling their legs back in as to not getting bitten.
Please, Sally's so ugly. You have to get us away from her. I can't stand her face and body. That is going to be the perception check for the boulder. Both my characters succeeded.
Oh, big rolls. Both of my characters succeed as well. Go ahead and roll us a die, even or odds.
It is evens.
Okay, we can take a reaction to shift all our characters to the right-hand side.
Perfect. I will take my reaction to do so.
And that'll take us to the top of the turn order with the only single remaining archer. Looking bruised and bloodied, barely pulling back an arrow, lets one fly at the closest target, the Barbarian, for an attack of 19.
All right, that is going to hit.
All right, 1d6 coming at you. 4 damage.
That knocks me 1 point below my temp HP and 40.
They've scratched the surface.
I'm down to 40 HP.
Gore feels like he's gonna die. Gore's hurting real bad.
I say to the Barbarian, actually take a scratch.
Ooh, maybe you should take a break. Your wee body can't handle such pain.
I've got rat bites all over my ass.
All right, that's going to go on to the dead warriors' turns, but they are no longer in the battle, so that's going to be the rogue.
Okay, the rogue. The rogue, as a giant with 35 feet of movement and cunning action with bonus dash, is going to sprint up 70 feet all the way up into the platform next to the archers and the boulder pushers 10 feet away from the archer, he's going to fire a shot. Pung! Oh, yeah, that's a 16 against a 15 AC. That hits. 1d6 plus 3 coming at you. Ooh, natural 6 plus 3. That's 9 damage to this archer. Dead.
Boom.
Listen here, gang. I'll deal with the chumps. You all go deal with the little sluggers. Okay, and I think that'll be the end of the rogue's turn. We skip the dead boss. That means it is the druid and the barbarian back to back.
Okay, druid, I think is going to close the distance. And so with these wargs that we have, the wolves, do we have to kill the wolves, or are we? What are we doing with these wolves?
We have 2 options. We can either kill all the wolves in the wolf pen, or we can stop the lowering mechanism of the kids. And now that all our characters except the wizard are within 60 feet, everybody make me a perception check.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. We succeed on the rogue.
I rolled a nat 17 and with the barbarian and a 16 with the druid.
Okay, yeah, all of them succeed. They can all see on the right-hand side of the wolf pen is a series of gears and pulleys which seem to be lowering the cage. We now figure we either have the option to kill all the wolves or to stop this pulley mechanism.
Okay, well then on my druid's turn, I am going to, as a bonus action, use her Cloud's Jaunt, and she's going to teleport 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet.
Ho!
And then I'm going to jump into the pen of all the wolves. Yes. And then I am going to cast the spell, Speak with Animals.
Whoa!
Yes. And
When do you ever see that get to be used in combat?
Yeah, for the duration, you can comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts, and you can use any of the influence action skill options with them. Most beasts have little to say about topics they don't pertain to survival or companionship, but at minimum, a beast can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever it has perceived in the past day. So I'm going to try to make the influence action against these wolves to not eat kids.
Oh, let's see it.
Ooh, listen here, my friends. I know you're hungry, and I empathize with your situation, but these are just wee lads, and you can't be eating other wee lads. I promise you, if you just wait for about 2 more minutes, I'll go and I'll get you a bunch of fresh meat for you, and I'll throw it into the cage. Does that sound good for you?
Arr, no, meat now. Meat now.
Ooh, I promise meat is going to be coming. And if you wait just a couple more minutes, there's going to be so much more meat than these little wee lads. Look at how wee and scrawny they are. They're not going to be sufficient for your little wolf bellies. If you let me go and get meat for you, you're going to be full for 10 days over. You're going to have so much meat that you're not even going to know what you're going to do with it.
Meat now.
I promise I'll get some meat for you.
And I reach into my bag and I grab out some of my rations and I throw it down, and it has some dry jerky in it.
Meat, 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 meat.
They all rush it. They all start chomping down on the meat.
More meat now.
Ooh, okay. Barbarian, bring me one of the goblin baldies.
And the barbarian is going to run up with one of the goblin bodies. So the barbarian's going to throw the dead goblin into the pen with a wet plop. And the druid's going to be like,
see, look, we have more meat for you.
Meat! You said meat! There's meat! Meat, meat, meat!
Perfect. All right, I'm going to make my animal handling check with them.
I would say now that they have been fed fresh live meat, a normal check. No disadvantage.
Normal check, no disadvantage. All right, all money, no whammy. That's a nat 1.
You're not their trainer. They don't give a what you have to say, but they are happy they are eating meat.
Okay, that's going to be my druid and barbarian's turn.
Okay, that'll take us to the very back line. The rats all rush the owl. 4 attacks. If one of them hits, that's a dead owl. Oh, like 3 of them hit.
I like to imagine it's like that scene in Man of Steel where Kevin Costner gets swallowed up by the tornado.
Yes.
And you're Henry Cavill looking at him, and the owl just folds up his wing to signal to stop.
No! Owl!
Ooh, wizard, can you get your ass over here and start helping us?
That was my favorite summon of an owl.
Gore.
I summoned 3 owls this week, but that was my favorite.
Gore doesn't understand emotion.
Okay, so that'll move us down to our wizard. The wizard will move his full speed, which puts him 60 feet out from the wolf pen. After the wizard pushes in, he's going to spend his action to upcast chromatic orb on these wolves, providing more meat to eat.
Oh no, I already named all the wolves. You know what? For the audience at home, we may have called these wolves, but remember, these are evil wolves. These are
evil wolves.
These are wolves.
These are children-eating wolves, like the big bad wolf.
Yeah, don't come at us, PETA. These are bad wolves.
These are genetically modified to be evil wolves. We have wolves with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads. And I rolled a 9 plus 5. 14 versus AC 13. Let's go.
I was going to say there was no way it was above 13.
This is straight from 5E's Monster Manual. AC 13. Okay, so we hit with 4d8 damage.
Jesus.
Boom, 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 boom. 19 damage.
Dang.
None of the dice were the same, so the spell doesn't bounce to another target, which would have been cool. But that is a cooked wolf.
I take it you picked fire because you're a fire giant?
I picked fire because I'm a fire giant and to provide cooked meat to the wolves.
We're not particular. This is a pirate again. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so that's going to be the end of the round, which puts the cage of kids on the ground in the wolf pen. They are currently preoccupied with 2 piles of meat, but it is not going to take long before they turn to their usual snack. We got to get these kids out of here now.
Oh, please help us. I don't care that Sally's unattractive anymore.
With all of us now up on the higher ledge and out of the trenches, the 2 goblins that were pushing the boulders are going to scurry away through little tunnels to safety. They don't have weapons. They were just here to push boulders.
Oi, we got to get ourselves out of here. Let's go through this little tunnel. That's the sex tunnel. I know.
Nice.
So it's going to be the start of the wolves' turn now. And since one of the wolves just died in front of all of them, I think they're going to become hostile. And I think they're going to set their sights on the druid.
Sounds right. Sounds right.
Okay, so I think all 3 of them are going to come up and attack me. Do they get pack tactics or anything like that?
Wolves do get pack tactics. Advantage on attack rolls if they have a buddy adjacent.
Okay. Ooh, I don't like the looks of this one. What is their modifier?
They get a +4 on attacks.
+4 on attacks? All 3 of them hit me.
Oh! Now you know what it feels like to get bit in the ass!
Ooh, they're going for me, hiney. What is their damage?
That'll be 6d4 plus 6.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay, that's a lot of high numbers. So 64 plus 6, that's going to be 23 damage.
Ooh.
With my
Ow.
8 temp HP and my 16 base health, that knocks me down to 1.
No.
Yes. Ooh, they took a chunk out of my hiney.
Welcome to the club, sister.
Oh, you gotta help us. Please get us out of this cage.
Listen here, you little shits. I just had my ass bitten.
And because you took so many bites on the ass, you're going to have to make 3 DC 11 strength saves. If you fail any single one of them, you will fall prone.
Well, I got a 2 for my first one.
Not only bites you on your ass, but knocks you on your ass.
Ooh, all right. This looks pretty bad for me.
Don't worry, Tuts. We'll save you. We don't let brawls get harmed around here.
That is going to go back up to the rogue's turn.
Okay, start of a fresh round. The rogue is going to unsheath his short sword and dagger and sprint in, hop over the wooden fence, and come join next to the druid and swing his short sword and dagger at this wolf. He does have weapon mastery dagger, so he can use the dagger's ability Nick to apply it to his main attack.
Oh, nice.
And because he's adjacent to an ally who is not incapacitated, you're prone, not incapacitated, he
Sure.
will be doing this as a sneak attack.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's get that extra damage.
And that's a 14 plus 5. That's a big hit.
Yeah, that's gonna do some damage.
That's 3d6 plus 3 plus 1d4 plus 3.
Ooh,
From
nice.
dual wielding a short sword and a dagger with a bonus attack. 3d6, 1d4 plus 6. Oh my goodness gracious, that's 24 damage. This rogue is on fire.
Oh, nice, man.
That's 2 dead wolves, and then the rogue is going to take a step in front of the cage to block the wolves from getting through.
Oh, perfect. All right. I think that's gonna take us on to the druid's turn.
Druid!
Druid is gonna spend half their movement to stand up, and I'm gonna use my bonus action to use the Wrath of the Sea. So I'm going to need the wolf that's next to me make a Constitution saving throw. DC 13.
Constitution. Well, he rolls a natural 8 and only gets a +1, so that's a fail.
Okay, so that's going to be 3d6 damage, cold damage. That's 14 damage.
Yeah! Frozen salad. He shatters like he was in liquid nitrogen.
Ooh, the way that I like my wolves is actually frozen.
Some frozen wolf shank. Coming to a supermarket near you.
And then I think, I'm going to pull out my trident.
Let's go, Poseidon.
I'm going to wield it in both hands. And I'm just going to make an attack roll against him. There's only one wolf left. So I'm going to make a d20 roll. Oh, that's a 19 plus 3.
Whoa! Big. Big hit.
Nice. That's going to be 6 damage to the wolf.
Whew, all right, not bad. The wolf has been knocked down to half health.
Ew, you should have listened to me when I said that you could just eat all the goblin meat. And then with that, the barbarian, whose rage is still active, is going to give 2d6 temp HP to the druid, because the druid's within 10 feet. She gets 7 temp HP.
Ooh.
And then he is going to run in, and he is going to do a reckless attack on this wolf.
He's so reckless. This guy with 40 health.
That is going to be... That's going to be a 7 plus 5. That's a 12.
Ooh, he's got an AC
misses.
13. No.
It's so funny that I've done a reckless attack twice with the barbarian, and he's missed both times.
It should be so good in theory.
Yeah, no, I mean, he should be hitting consistently. I've just missed every time. So, unfortunately, that's his turn.
Oh, gosh, it hurts.
It is what it is.
Okay. That's going to take us onto the rats, who are going to all spend a dash action to get on top of the wizard, 60 feet away, exactly enough to get back on top of him.
God damn it, they're coming at my ass again.
Gore!
All right, I'm going to help you all with your wolf problem, and then you're going to help me with my rat problem.
Gore.
He's going to do another chromatic orb, and he's going to sub in one of his portent dice to guarantee the hit.
Oh.
Subs in the 13, guarantees it's an 18. That's a hit.
Oh, very nice.
4d8 damage.
Boom. Divination Wizard coming in clutch.
Divination coming in clutch at the end. That's 19 plus doesn't matter. That's a dead wolf.
Yeah, that wolf's super dead.
All the wolves are cooked.
Da-da-da-da. Okay. We have defeated the wolves. The children's are safe.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for saving us. I still got rats on my ass.
Oh, yes, we've resolved this with absolutely no consequence.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we take the next couple of turns to dispense with the rats.
No, yeah. We kill the rats, we walk out of here.
Bing, bang, boom. All right, cool. And that's going to be game.
That's game.
Yeah, heck yeah. All right. So from there, we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to head on over to the post talk.
Let's head to the post talk.
All right. So what did you think about the 2 subclasses that you played?
I really enjoyed the subclasses I played today. I thought the Portent Wizard was going to be a little lackluster because a lot of the Wizard subclasses don't seem to give you a lot extra. However, that Portent dice in the end came in so clutch, guaranteed a kill that was necessary to save these children.
No, that was really cool. And what is the subclass called?
It's called the Divination Wizard.
Oh, nice.
And I did like it. I really enjoy being able to control the dice rolls. You get to cut down on some of the randomness, which in a game where a lot of things come down to dice rolls, it's nice to be able to have those kind of concrete choices.
Yeah. No, I think having the ability to set 2 dice aside and guarantee 2 rolls, whether they are positive or negative, it's just a very beneficial thing to have. Honestly, I would have loved to have that on my Barbarian today.
Yeah, I could not believe you were rolling so many misses with having advantage.
I know. I think you could have given me one of those dice, but at the end, it doesn't matter.
I definitely could have given you one. You can sub it in for any attack roll within your vision, friendly or foe.
Which is pretty cool.
Very powerful.
It seems really strong. And honestly, I feel like the spellcaster subclasses don't get a lot of variety, or I suppose variety is not the right word. They don't have super powerful abilities because they have so much versatility in the spells that they can already pick.
Exactly.
So you kind of build your wizard based off the spells you pick, and so the subclasses just kind of augment them a little bit, but it feels like the diviner wizard really gives you a mechanic to really work with the wizard, which is cool.
It's a very unique mechanic, and it's one that plays very well into a spellcaster.
How did you feel about the Arcane Trickster?
The Arcane Trickster Rogue, wow, I'm such a big fan. Actually, I'm an incredibly big fan. I think some big combos could be pulled out of this because rogues are given steady aim, which allows them to gain advantage on an attack roll, and some wizard spells really want you to not miss. So being able to give yourself guaranteed advantage on a spell attack, very cool.
Yeah, so you gave yourself advantage on that Witch Bolt, right?
I was able to give myself advantage on the very first Witch Bolt and did 2d12 damage to the boss right out the gate. It was so powerful. It felt great.
Honestly, that's a pretty cool combo. Unfortunately, it didn't seem like you were able to make huge use of the mage hand, but this was also like not a great mission for that specifically.
That really bummed me out in that mage hand consumes a bonus action to move as the Arcane Trickster Rogue, but the Rogue already utilizes his bonus action with Cunning Action. So it feels like something that doesn't have room in his kit.
It feels like there's not enough room in his kit to be able to utilize it in combat.
That's what I feel. And really it is because Cunning Action allows you to dash as a bonus action, to disengage as a bonus action, to hide as a bonus action. You can cast Witch Bolt again with a bonus action. You can cast Jump on yourself for a bonus action. You can Misty Step for a bonus. There's so many things the bonus action is already doing for this Arcane Trickster that Mage Hand is like, why would I waste my bonus action moving the Mage Hand?
Yeah, nope, that is very fair. But overall, fun class to play.
Very fun class to play. Very, very fun class to play. I had a great time playing the Rogue. I liked it better than I liked the Wizard, but I really enjoyed the Wizard.
Heck yeah, that's awesome.
So how did you like your Barbarian?
So I really like the Path of the World Tree Barbarian. Unfortunately, half the mechanic of a Barbarian is taking hits and reducing the damage by half, and half the mechanics is dealing good amount of consistent damage with being able to use reckless attacks and things like that. And unfortunately, I just kept missing, and then I kept not getting hit, even though I gave everyone advantage on me. So I felt like I wasn't able to playtest that part of the Barbarian at all. I had 41 health in the combat, and I ended with 40 health. So many ended with advantage against me, and they were getting like a +4, and I only had a 16 AC, and they just kept missing me.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was rolling 2s and 3s, and it was pretty bad.
But I think the main thing that I was able to test out and that I think was absolutely phenomenal and shined was the Vitality of the Tree, which is part of the Path of the World Tree Barbarian. That feature of giving yourself 3 temporary HP when you activate your rage, that's whatever. It's a nice little boost, but really the main thing is it takes Barbarian, who is typically a tank or a striker or some sort of like physical meat wall damage dealer, and it gives you this beautiful support ability of giving an ally 2d6 temp HP each turn. It makes him such a good supportive frontliner with being able to keep his other frontline allies alive. It's what allowed my Druid to play as aggressively as I played her, because he kept feeding her this temporary HP that kept keeping her alive. And even though she had a higher AC, she kept getting hit, and she doesn't have nearly as much HP as he did. But because of all that, she wound up being able to survive getting hit by several goblins and rat swarms and things like that. So I think Vitality of the Tree was a really cool thing and gave just such nice support utility to a class that really has never had support utility before, at least not to my knowledge.
The temp HP on a frontliner is incredible.
Yeah, it was super cool. I like that a lot. It made me feel useful even though I kept missing. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed it.
And then how did you feel about your druid?
The Circle of Sea Druid, I mean, it rules. It's just so much fun. You know, I got the benefit of having a bunch of enemies that had low constitution saving throws, which is not always the case. A lot of enemies have higher constitution saving throws, but I kept being able to hit her Sea Storm that she summoned, and doing 3d6 damage as a bonus action each turn.
So huge.
That's huge. And you know, the caveat of that is all or nothing. You either hit with it or you do not. It does not do half damage on a miss.
That is rough.
But since it's a bonus action and it stays out there for 10 minutes.
Wow.
And it's not concentration or anything like that. It's great. And, you know, even you can push someone 15 feet away. I think it's really good. I originally built this character around the idea of going in, doing a bunch of damage with the Wrath of the Sea and doing like all the spells and then being able to cloud down out. But because of the mission that we had, I played her differently. But she was able to barrel down here, doing like a bunch of damage.
Yeah.
Having the Sea Storm around her and doing things like Thunder Wave and having Ice Knife. It's just like, druids are fun, man.
She's a frontline wrecking ball.
Yeah, well, and with Barkskin, she gets 17 AC.
It's huge. That's huge for a frontliner.
She doesn't have like a crazy amount of health, but her health is 27. It's like 27 health isn't nothing.
That's good.
Yeah. So I really liked both of these subclasses a lot, but I think the Druid is probably my favorite one I've played so far. I really like the Circle of the Sea.
That's awesome.
And then how did you feel about playing 2 Goliaths, which are a new standard species in Dungeons and Dragons 2024 edition?
I think the Goliaths are outrageously strong. I dare say overpowered. Every single giant variant is incredibly strong, and the things that they bring to anyone's kit seem like they far surpass anyone else. Getting an extra spell from being a tiefling, getting a dragon's breath from being draconic, getting better saves from being a gnome. They seem like they pale in comparison to a free teleport, a free extra 1d10 damage, a free knock somebody prone, a free retaliate. All the giants seem ridiculously useful for anyone's kit. In a very strong way.
Yeah, no, they have a lot of versatility in all of the different subspecies that you can pick of the Goliaths. But yeah, I think the only one that I found was a little lackluster was the Storm Giant. I thought it was going to be the lackluster one. It kind of was. It wasn't not useful, but the Cloud Giant giving Misty Step.
Yeah.
It's 2 free Misty Steps, and as your proficiency bonus goes up, you get even more. It's like mobility is such a useful thing, especially on a caster or a frontliner. It's useful on anybody. So
good with anybody.
A species that just has Misty Step built into them. It's like I thought the Goliaths were going to be strong. They were.
The day you told me about the class, I was like, that seems, wow, strong. And seeing it in action, oh yeah, wow, strong.
The base 35-foot movement speed is just already great.
Already. So that was what made Wood Elves so spectacular.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And they're great. And mind you, we haven't playtested this anything more than level 3. Maybe it falls off in later levels, but at least in the early level, it feels very powerful.
At early level, Goliaths are king.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to say before we do our wrap-up?
No, I don't think so. Got anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's it for me.
I think that's it for me.
Hey, guys, thank you so much for listening. If you're at the end of the episode and you're like, hey, you know what? These boys show promise. You know what? We appreciate you because we love you guys. Even if you guys never tell another soul about us or ever give us money, we still appreciate
I still can't believe you listen to us. You rock.
us 2 idiots. That's insane.
Insane. So cool, though. So cool.
So cool. Yeah, we appreciate you guys. We love you very much. And hey, once again, if you want us to playtest anything, please go into the episode description. Let us know what you want us to try out. Any weird, crazy, wacky ideas. If you want us to play test as vampire hunters, but we are allergic to garlic, hey, that's something that we're willing to try out. If you want us to fight a horde of dragons, but it's all in the sky and we're falling the entire battle and we have 10 rounds before we hit the ground, boom, that's something that we can do. Any ideas that you have, please feel free to go down to the episode description, fill out a form, and send it our way. And we don't have a Patreon or anything set up, but we're probably going to be doing that sometime in the near future. So keep an eye out for that. If you guys like our show and you want to support us, you guys can hit us up there. But in the meantime, I have been Nick.
I've been Justin.
And this is Roll for Improvement.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.